Stargirl, Season 2, Episode 4, titled Summer Storm, Chapter 4. And this episode is like my opinion with the rest of the season so far. Half of the episode I felt like was needed and was appealing and was intriguing and all that kind of stuff and leads more to the story. It feels like we're like Season 1 Stargirl. But then there's all this other crap that feels meaningless. It feels like filler. It feels like you only had like 20 minutes to feel. You had 20 minutes of like story aggression, and then you had to kind of figure out what we're gonna do. So we'll have this storyline with Tigress and Sportsmaster breaking out of prison so they can see their daughter's game, and they will immediately go back to prison. And I won't lie, the whole storyline of here's a child who live a certain lifestyle with their parents and they go to prison, and there's the adjustment period and the battle of that. Like, they're so used to eating very healthy stuff, like no sugar whatsoever, and then the foster parents are like, yeah, why don't you have a fizzy drink and there's a muffin in there, like, oh, like, not even like middle of the road food, like, it's like, yeah, that's not healthy one little bit, and she's so fussed about it, and she's all in her head. For me, that was intriguing, that was interesting, but the whole, it just came as goofy and just like unnecessary and filler moments to the point, the whole time I'm like, why is this here? What does this attribute to the story? And this is my thing with the whole network telling showrunners, you have 13 episodes, and that's how much you have. I'm like, no, just tell them to go on season. Let them figure out how many episodes it is. Let them, you're basically telling an author to have 22 chapters, and their story only fits with 10 chapters or something. I don't know. And that's what it always feels like. Because clearly, by episode 4, I can clearly tell this is a show, this is a season that does the story clearly is like 8 episodes, or 8 or 10 at least. It does not a 13 episode story, because you just get a lot of fluff. You get a lot of meaningless shit. Like the stuff with Beth and her dealing with her parents getting divorced and her trying so hard to reunite them and be Romeo and Juliet once more, and the parents like, oh, I'm busy, yeah, and it could be easily one of those situations where Beth's parents know what's happening, but they are like, look, we get you're trying so hard, but we have to, it's just not working. And my guess is like, 15 years of marriage, the spark's not there anymore, different points in their lives, they're unhappy, they want to do other things or something, and they're just like, look, we'll just end our separate ways. Go our separate ways, but they're just not that, they haven't told the parent, they haven't told the child yet, and for me, that's intriguing. The stuff with Eclipso and Cindy trying to build a brand new Injustice Society, which I know that's meant to be a lead up to like season 3 stuff, or by the end of the season that's how we're going to have it. I think mainly because it's not like, it's not like it's called Stargirl and that Courtney's like the only superhero in the show. There's the Justice Society, so clearly you need stuff for Hourman, stuff for Wildcat, stuff for Swipe and Stargirl and Green Lantern and all these other characters. So all that for me, I'm intrigued over that, of the equipment of the Calypso, the investigation, finding out the history and the lore of Calypso, Shay's involvement, find the information that we know there from Shade. For me, that's the intriguing part. It's just, the showrunners, I'm going to hammer this home, I'm going to say it, I don't care you're network television. I don't care you're streaming. I don't care. Don't just tell them, networks, tell them they have show us another season and let them figure out the story, because it's like telling tell someone that their movie needs to be like 2 hours long. Justice League, no more, no less. It's like, maybe it needs to be a little bit longer. Maybe it needs to be a little bit shorter. You know, let them tell the story, and if people like it, we let another season. And that's my thing, because I mean, we are nearly halfway. We got 5, so yeah. So what? Halfway, episode 6 or 7 is probably around halfway. And it just feels like the moment the story's kind of getting its pace, it kind of pulls back, because we don't have. They have to fill out some time, which is, yeah, just. Season 1 was good. Season 1 was so good, and when you have a disappointing sequel of a show, it's just, you kind of like, come on, let's get back to that quality that season 1 was good. Season 1 was.